Hello and welcome. In this video lecture, we are going to talk about C++ classes and objects. In the last videos, we had a discussion over the paradigms of programming languages, and in which we have observed that we have completed one programming language which was procedural, and now we are shifting towards the object-oriented programming language. So C++ is an object-oriented programming language. Everything in C++ is associated with classes and objects along with its attributes and methods. For example, in case of real things, if we talk about a car, so car is an object. This is my object, and this object has certain attributes. Attributes are nothing but the properties of any object, such as weight, color, a model number. And then we have another thing which is the methods. Now the methods are like we have some gear in it, we can move forward, we can go backward, there is a braking system, and these type things can be termed as the methods. Now attributes and methods are basically variables and functions. So when I say attribute, that means I'm talking here about variables. That means attributes have certain properties, which properties are having certain value in terms of variable, and methods are some functions because they are going to represent some kind of operation. So these variable and functions, they belong to some kind of class. Okay, now these are referred as class members because these methods and attributes are present in class. That is why with this perspective, these are called as members. Okay, we are referring of this and this as a members. Now a class is a user defined data type that we can use in our program, and it works as an object constructor or a blueprint for creating the objects. Okay, so we will be first seeing how the class is created and then how the objects are created and utilized. Now let us try creating an object and creating a class. So we have two tasks. First we will have a class, because class will be the blueprint according to which we will be having the objects. So suppose if in C++, if I want to make any class, let's say a class with my name, so we will be using a keyword class, and then we'll write the class name. So suppose my class name here is Soumya. Then the body of the class, that what are the things inside the class will be written. Okay, we are here talking about the data members or class members in the class. Please remember, the class will be ending by a semicolon, which is very important. Now there is one more thing that we need to write, and as of now we are using public. So this public is my access specifier. It gives the rights or privilege that the data members or the class members can be utilized where. We'll be studying that in detail later on, but as of now please know this is a access specifier. Now when I write a public, that means it is publicly available for the inherited classes later on. Okay, now let's come to the our part, attribute part, right? So let's say I have integer number, and let's say I have string s. Okay, so I have here two attributes. Okay, I'm talking about these two. These are what they are. They are attributes in my code. Now one of the attributes is of integer data type, and another attribute is of string data type. This is how we define a class. Okay, we'll definitely see that with the code part, but this is the way to define a class. You will be using this class keyword whenever you define a class. It is similar to what we have studied in procedural programming. At the time of declaring the structure, we used to write struct, right? And okay, so we have these things. Now what is required? Now it is required that according to this class, I need to create one object, and the object will be created in my main code. Okay, and with the object, what we can do, let us see. Now let us move towards the second portion of which is creating the object. So as you are aware that first we will be writing the main code. So main is starting here. Mind that this is not a circle, it is by mistake, it's double braces I have written, but unfortunately it became a circle. So I'm going to update it like this. Okay, so my main body will start. Now in this main, what I have to first do, I have to write the class name. So here my class name is Soumya, so I will be writing class name, and then I have to define the object name to create the object. So let's say I have object OB1. Okay, this is my object name. Fine. So this is where we have created the object. So what we have done, we have created an object of class Soumya. Fine. Now once we have created the object, what we can do, we can set the values of the attributes for the object. So what I will be writing here, I will be writing object with OB1, which is my object name, and the method dot method which we have earlier used with the structure and union also. My no, it's not my, it's number, right? NUMBER. This is my attribute, first attribute, and if I write here, let's say 20, then what I'm trying to do, object 1 of type or of having the things like Soumya class. Inside the Soumya class, I have defined that any object belonging to this class can have attributes with number and string s. So then what I can write, ob1 dot s is equal to, let's say I want to write well done. Okay, this is how we can set the values of attributes. So what we have done here, we have set the values of attributes of object belonging to Soumya class. Now once we have done that, we can also print the attribute value which we have just set. So in case of C++, rather than writing a printf statement, we will be using cout, and this cout is already defined in iostream.h header file. So we will be writing our object dot. Please remember the reference here will be, the variable name here will be object name dot the attribute which is defined in the class. Okay, so we'll be accessing like this, ob1 dot number, and we will be printing that, and for better clearance we can put a new line here. And then we have another thing which we have kept, this was ob1 dot s, okay, the string part, and then like simple our main code that will return 0 if we are not returning anything from the program, and let's close the main. So this is how we can create the object. Now remember, like we have created here one object, we can have multiple objects as well. We can create here ob2 as well, and then we can set the value for both the objects, and multiple objects can be created within the class, and the value can be set, and further you can also retrieve the value or print the value somehow. Let us now see one programming code for creating a class and object and utilizing it, so that you can complete your assignment. So let's go. Now I think it is visible. So this is our first code which we have written with C++. So as we have seen in that slides, I have defined a class with Soumya, and please remember these to include these files in IOStream and string file. Because why we are including it, we have already studied the preprocessing part and the macros. Now what we are doing, we are creating a class, the specifier, and then we have two attributes, one is integer and the other is a string. Now in our main code we have declared one object ob1, and ob1 dot, with the dot operator we are utilizing or using the attribute defined inside the class body. And now I am setting the value of object 1's number 20, object 1's string as well done, and then we have, with the cout statement, we have printed that. Okay, this is the simple program, and the output you can see over here, 20 and well done. Now your exercise is that you create a class of, let's say, CSE, and inside the class we will keep the record of student whose roll number or enrollment number will be present, and in the string whose name will be present, and there will be one more thing which is for let's say email ID. Okay, you keep another attribute of email ID, and you have to create 5 such objects with the detail and print all those 5 object values. Okay, access the object attribute value and print it. So this will be your assignment. Thank you for watching. In the next video we will be doing some more exercises on classes and objects and array as an object. Thank you for watching.